Welcome to the Papa Rock Stars podcast with Anya Bohm, where we talk about all things paparazzi, team training, suggestions, interviews with elite leaders, and more, all to help you grow and explode your Paparazzi Accessories business to rock star success.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Papa Rock Stars podcast. My name is Anya Bohm, and I am your show host. Today, we're going to be talking about handling haters. Do you have someone who is constantly negative about your business? Or are you unsure about how to handle someone who comes out of nowhere and verbally tries to tear you down or your business? Let's talk about that in today's episode of the Papa Rock Stars podcast. Now, before we jump into that, head on over to paparockstars.com/haters. There you will find today's show image, which we'll talk about in just a second. All the notes typed out for you, ready to highlight from today's episode. You can share this episode again or listen again. So again, that website is paparockstars.com/haters. Okay, now 2 show images for you today. You'll hear both of these in today's episode. The first one says, if you don't have haters, you probably don't have success either. And the second one says, hustle, tell your haters, ask if you're hiring. Both of them are gorgeous. So be sure and head on over and grab each of those. You can share it in your team group or on social media or along with this episode. Okay, let's jump into today's training. You know that you have truly stepped out of obscurity, that you are effectively marketing and working your business when those haters start showing up. If you don't have haters, you probably don't have success either. They go hand in hand because when you are actively striving for more, for greater, you're breaking the mold, stepping outside of norms or accepted limitation, and that scares people. And the only way they know how to deal is to try and drag you back down to their level. So they hate. Does it make it right? No. Does it make it kind? Absolutely not. But hate comes most oftentimes from fear and from jealousy. In fact, if you break down the word haters, it stands for having anger towards everyone reaching success. Have you heard the story of the crabs? It fits perfectly along with today's topic, so I'm going to share it again just in case. Say you have several crabs in a crate, box, or basket. You will not need to put a lid on it or do anything else to prevent them from climbing out. Why? Because if one of the crabs was to try and climb out, the other crabs would pull him back down again. Even if the first crab knew it was the way to get out, the other crabs would pull him down again and again, and even pull off his legs if he didn't stop trying to get out. I know it's a little gruesome, but I love how that applies to this topic today. People, whether in society, your family, or just random people online, they're used to things how they are. Most of them have lost the ability to dream big, or were just never taught how to do that in the first place. And because of this, when you're trying to do something new, something different, they do whatever they can to try and drag you back down to be at the same level as everybody else. You succeeding makes them uncomfortable. You trying new things causes them to fear. And from those places comes hate. Sometimes it's going to surprise you where these negative reactions will come from. And other times you may fully expect that kind of reaction from that particular person or a group of people. And the severity of the hate, that can also vary too. It might look like your sister making some negative comments at dinner or someone totally bashing you on social media. It might come in the form of an angry email from a customer or from someone being full out rude and disrespectful when you're doing a vendor event. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them bring you down. Don't let the haters win like that. Giving in to them, it's not going to help you reach your goals or your dreams. Giving in won't get you success. Giving in is just quitting. Hustle harder, dream bigger, run faster. Leave them in your dust and just hustle until your haters ask if you're hiring. I'm going to share a recent experience I had with a very vocal, very toxic hater. Before we get into that, though, I want to preface it by saying I don't want you to go look her up and try to find her because it's only going to give her more power to her angry, misplaced, warped point of view. A few months back, an individual attacked my podcast, this one that you're listening to right now, and the website with all the training and content I've created to help guide you on your paparazzi journey. She stole several of my graphics and used them to mock our business. And then she viciously attacked one of our elite leaders, calling her out by name several times. Now, this attack didn't happen just once, not twice, but 3 different times. So what do you do in that situation? The elite leader and I asked her both to remove the content in a very kind and a very professional way. We offered to give her correct information and facts so that she could speak truth instead of lies, and we tried to go through proper channels to have her very public attacks taken down. What I want to point out to you here is even though she was spewing anger and hate and unkindness, both myself and this leader, without even talking about it, we were always polite and positive. We did not get aggressive or mean. We didn't want her to bring us down. After a little research, I discovered that this individual, she's actually tried direct sales 2 different times. The first time she didn't have strong leadership and no direction on how to work her business so she could succeed. And the second time she tried, she had a community and a great leadership, but her leader asked her to do things that she felt were spammy and left her with a yucky feeling. So because of her negative experiences, she lashes out, attacking anyone who's trying to climb out of the crate to bring them down or to try and stop others for attempting to climb at all. Phew, I know, long story. And I kept a lot of the details very vague on purpose because number one, if you're listening to this podcast, you're trying to build and to grow your business. You're searching for success, and I don't want her to negatively affect you. And 2, what you focus on grows. Love and let it go. So maybe you have already thought of some haters that you have experienced or had to deal with, and maybe you just want to know how to handle a situation like this in the future. So here's a few ways I felt to deal with haters. The first way, and I feel like this is the most important way, number 1, kill them with kindness. This is going to be the most difficult thing to do, but it will show your true colors. Others are watching, whether it's your customers, your family, your friends, potential business partners, etc. Be positive, be kind, and do your best in any situation. If their complaint is like a piece of jewelry or a broken item, make it right with a smile. If they have another complaint or issue, do your best to rectify the situation with grace and with kindness. If this is your mother-in-law or your cousin or your neighbor, maybe it's time to create some distance or just rule some topics as off limits. This might look like having a kind but firm conversation to let them know that you love them, but you don't love their comments or actions in regards to fill in the blank, and then set some boundaries. Most of my experiences with haters can be resolved or dismissed with this very first step. Number 2, hustle harder. Put your head down and get to work. When my dad is driving, he likes to do what we call rubbernecking. His head is on a swivel and he looks this way and that way, trying to spot some wildlife out the window. He's pretty good at it since he's been practicing for years, but sometimes when he is looking around, his speed starts to slow down. His focus is distracted a little bit as he's looking around. So are you focused on what you want to achieve in your business, or are you taking your focus off the work you need to do? The tasks you need to do to grow and move your business forward at freeway type speeds. Are you doing that, or are you looking around? Seeing what others are doing, letting the opinions or thoughts of others impact you and drag you down? Don't do that. Immerse yourself in self-development. Dive into paparazzi training and resources. Focus in on what you want and then push to get to it. Number 3, let it go. Haters are going to hate. It is not your job to change their minds and their perspectives. It is not your responsibility to try and convert them over to your way of thinking. All of that takes way too much energy and most likely is not going to do any good anyways. So let the hate go. Don't let it weigh you down and keep moving onward and upward. Trying to get a hater to change their mind is like trying to get my 4-year-old out of her dirty, smelly pink tutu so I can give it a quick wash. It takes a lot of effort on my part, convincing, a little bribing, and a lot of time. Unlike the need to wash one of her favorite things, the opinions of a hater are unnecessary and irrelevant to your overall success and achievement. Love and let go. I'm going to say that again for those in the back. Love and let it go. Remember, whoever is trying to bring you down is already below you. Did you hear that? I know it's so important. So I'm going to say it again. There was 2 truth bombs right in a row. Remember, whoever is trying to bring you down, they already have to be below you. So keep soaring, keep dreaming, keep achieving, and show them what's possible. Okay, friends, that's it for today. Again, head on over to the podcast page at paparockstars.com/haters to get everything that I just talked about today. You can read through it, you can highlight, circle, or share this out with your friends and team members. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time and have a rockin' week. Bye-bye.